is a very important month for the Sikh community in Edmonton and around the world.
It is a time when Sikhs celebrate the harvest festival of Vaisakhi.
It also marks the birth of the Khalsa, or the Sikh community. One thing I love most about Vaisakhi is the Nagar Kirtan. It's a parade where the entire Sikh community comes together.
For me, Vaisakhi is a time to remember my ancestors, my past, my history, and my culture. During Vaisakhi, my family and I usually spend a lot of time together, we sit together, and there's a lot of food. And my two favorite things about Vaisakhi are probably walking the length of the Nagar Kirtan, which is the parade, and all of the delicious foods. Vaisakhi is known for its beautiful parades, colorful dances, and delicious foods.
Here is a sample of Bhangra dance that is often seen during Vaisakhi.
सूट पाउणों हट गई तू पापलीन दे गोडे जे कसाई फिरे बिलो जीन दे सूट पाउणों हट गई तू पापलीन दे गोडे जे कसाई फिरे बिलो जीन दे किवें कच मोती तेरा सुच्चा हो गया नी इत्थे जट दा पजामा कुड़े उच्चा हो गया जट दा पजामा कुड़े उच्चा हो गया जट दा पजामा कुड़े उच्चा हो गया हवा कादी लगी तैनू चंडीगढ़ दी शीशे मूरे पोज जे बना के खड़दी हवा कादी लगी तैनू चंडीगढ़ दी शीशे मूरे पोज जे बना के खड़दी किवें रुतबा काने तेरा उच्चा हो गया नी इत्थे जट दा पजामा कुड़े उच्चा हो गया जट दा पजामा कुड़े उच्चा हो गया जट दा पजामा कुड़े उच्चा हो गया हुण ना तू पावे गुत्तां विच डोरियां मिठियां नी गल्लां करने दियां पोरियां हुण ना तू पावे गुत्तां विच डोरियां मिठियां नी गल्लां करने दियां पोरियां साडे लई प्यारे एवें मुच्चा हो गया नी इत्थे जट दा पजामा कुड़े उच्चा हो गया जट दा पजामा कुड़े उच्चा हो गया जट दा पजामा कुड़े उच्चा हो गया सूट पाउणों हट गई तू पापलीन दे गोडे जे कसाई फिरे बिलो जीन दे किवें कच मोती तेरा सुच्चा हो गया नी इत्थे जट दा पजामा कुड़े उच्चा हो गया जट दा पजामा कुड़े उच्चा हो गया जट दा पजामा कुड़े उच्चा हो गया हवा कादी लगी तैनू चंडीगढ़ दी शीशे मूरे पोज जे बना
Sikhism is a major world religion that has its origins in India.
The word Sikh means disciple or student.
Sikhs are distinguished as both a religious and ethnic group.
Sikhism started by Guru Gobind Singh Ji in 1699, who is the 10th Guru of Sikhism.
To demonstrate their devotion to their faith, Sikhs wear 5 symbolic items known as the 5 Ks. Kesh, uncut hair. Kirpan, an item of honor. Kara, a steel bangle. Ganga, a wooden comb. Gashera, cotton undergarments. There are over 25 million Sikhs worldwide. Most Sikhs live in India, but there are significant populations around the world, including over 500,000 in Canada. Additionally, in 2019, the federal government of Canada designated April to be Sikh Heritage Month.
It is a time when we recognize the significant contributions that the Sikh community has made, continue to make to Canada's growth and prosperity.
Sikhs have been part of Canada's cultural mosaic since the early 1900s.
The first Sikh pioneers arrived in British Columbia and originally worked in the lumber industry.
Sikh history is Canadian history. Here's a short clip about that history.
I remember listening to stories my grandparents would tell me about the first Sikhs to arrive in Canada, all the struggles they had to go through. It was just 20 years after British Columbia joined Confederation. That's when the first Sikhs arrived here in Vancouver. It's so hard for me to imagine what it must have felt like to travel so far across the ocean, all to start a new life in a foreign country. Yet somehow they still found strength to build a community. Around the same time, Canada also sent brave soldiers off to war. Many of them never returned. Many of these soldiers, they also look like my grandfather. Pictures I never saw in our history books. There were groups of men, farmers, skilled laborers, lumberjacks, all so determined to support their families. Walking in the forest, I'm reminded of men like my dad. Their work helped define Canada as a country of exports. It was their backbreaking work that helped build Canada's lumber industry. They also fought against a lot of discrimination, but they still managed to create their own place of worship. My grandmother told me, coming to Canada was not easy for her and for so many other immigrants. In the past, some of the laws Canada believed in left my family and others like it vulnerable to exploitation.
A steamship on board with Sikh, Muslim, and Hindu origin. They were rejected. For that, we are sorry.
Canada has learned from its mistakes. It's doing more than saying sorry. It's recognizing that our story is a Canadian story.
An act to designate the month of April as Sikh Heritage Month. This motion is deemed adopted.
Bill seeks to recognize the significant contributions that Sikh Canadians have made to Canada's social, economic, political, and cultural fabric.
Those same laws that once denied us now support us. I'm proud to be Sikh. My family and the thousands of others like it have been calling Canada our home for more than a century. And today, we're savvy professionals, we're leaders in our community. I'm excited for us to write the next chapter, our version of history. It will be a new Canadian story, and it's our story to tell and to share.
The kingdom has been prophesized. Its beginning, a spark 550 years ago, has led to the flame being carried in all nations of the world. Sovereignty, sent down from the highest ideals of reality, not steeped in notions of owning soil or imposing on others. It has no border, but the drums of its army are heard in every border, distinctively different, but serving all without distinction, crossing oceans, borders, barriers to break bread. This kingdom elevates the most unfortunate to be kings. They have nothing but give everything. Their kingdom isn't based on the entrance into legislatures, parliaments, courts, or palaces, regardless of those. Within their hearts, an intoxication of power so great, no politician could match. Living off their saddles, 6 months at a time, they risked it all. Theirs is a history tempered in a constant flame, the hammer of injustice never breaking their steel, only refining their edge. 1 to 125,000 was their benchmark. Forever rising spirits uplifting their determination. It's said that a garden must be surrounded by thorns. How rare are those thorns, who not only protect their own flowers, but the flowers of others. They protected, served, and always were the first target. 550 years have passed, and these thorns were not and cannot be blunted. The fragrance of their warmth, the beauty of their selflessness, the garden of flowers, in the forever state of bloom, in the eternal kingdom.
This month, let us remember those who have paved the way for us.
Let us celebrate Sikh history and culture every April.
Happy Sikh Heritage Month.
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 Happy Sikh Heritage Month.